Archie, just want to get your general thoughts of spring starting and how you're feeling out on the mound.
Well, obviously exciting. The moves we made this offseason, the team are kind of shaping up to be on paper. I know I've heard Chip say that and everyone say that, and we're just excited to get the full team together and then get things rolling, see where we're at.
He kind of talked about, Chip just talked about a short time ago about the team getting together. Guys are laughing, having a good time. How nice is it, that everyone's in good spirits? And essentially, you guys should be at this point in the season.
Yeah, I mean, anytime baseball season gets going, it's exciting, but especially when coming in, regardless of what you guys say, our own expectations of the type of team we want to be. Like you said, we want to get going. We want to get on the field together and start gelling and start getting to know the new guys and then just put work in as a team and get this season going.
Archie, that fifth spot in the rotation has been highly talked about. It's wide open. Your thoughts of battling for that spot?
It's going to be fun. I'm trying not to think about it or talk about it too much because, I'm just trying to take care of myself. I'm trying to worry about the things I need to do, and obviously my goal is to win the spot. It's to make this team, but those are the furthest things I'm trying to prove. I'm just trying to prove that I'm a complete pitcher and that I've got some of the other stuff that I've done in the past behind me, and I'm ready to step in and contribute and help this team win.
As you reflect back on last year, and you were off to such a good start, then unfortunately you take the line drive off your face. I mean, how much was that a setback, and what did you learn from that whole experience?
I was unfortunate, that's for sure. It took me a while to recover from it fully and get back to where I was. But I used that time when I was hurt to watch guys. When we'd play certain teams or certain guys would pitch, I would pay attention and try to figure out why they were as successful as they were, why they were able to get guys out, why they were able to keep winning. And one of the guys was Zach and Kirsch and just guy after guy, the big time guys I tried to watch, and if there's anything I could pick up, I would try to and write it down or try to remember it and just use it to help me.
Archie, is it a great thing that there's so much depth on this pitching staff that it's so hard to crack the rotation?
Oh yeah, I mean, I assume, especially as management, that's a good problem to have because how it is during the year. Someone's going to go down, someone's going to miss a start, and it's going to take 7 or 8 guys starter-wise, to get through this season. But the depth is always good because it pushes guys, it drives guys, and every time you step on the mound, it's going to be competitive. It's going to be you're fighting for a spot, so it's fun.
Archie, how are you feeling physically? And when you're on the mound, you're on the bump, how's your stuff so far?
I'm feeling great physically, probably the best I felt. I'm sure everyone says that coming into camp, but retuned the diet this year. I did all my off-season stuff here. Our strength staff and training staff did an unbelievable job with this off-season. It was outstanding. And then stuff-wise, I feel good. It's tough to say because it's bullpens. You can't put too much into a pen, but I would say I'm a lot further ahead now than I have been in years past.
You talk about retuning the diet a little bit. What'd you have to cut out? Because we all have our favorite something. So what'd you have to give up?
See, that's a nice thing. I just ate clean. That way I could indulge in the stuff I want to. I was really strict during the weekday and usually the weekends, and we'd just do one cheat meal a week. And then, as spring training comes, a couple extra cheat meals for dinner and stuff. But, just simple stuff. I cut out the pop. I cut out the fast food. My roommate and I, Evan Marzilli, one of our outfielders, we basically cooked every meal we ate this offseason. There was very few meals we went out to eat for. So
wow.
We kind of stepped up and took it to the extreme, and it's paid off so far.
You look good. You look slim. I just want to know, when you see a guy like Granke who comes in who's got the resume that he does, I mean, are you just trying to be a sponge around him and see how he goes about his business?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely my main goal. I told my dad when we first signed him, I was like, if I can just watch him, because guys like him that are the top tier guys in the league, whether it's something mental, something physical, there's something they do that separates them from the average major league pitcher. And for obviously him being here to help us and being our ace, I'm looking for anything I can take from him, whether it's something throwing, something in video, whatever it is. Just like you said, be a sponge and listen as best as I can.
Everyone talks about your potential, and everyone in this room and us media guys, we want to see you blossom. So what is the goal for Archie Bradley? Is it something you could talk about, or is it all within that you just want to see through?
I think it's a mixture of everything. I think just like you guys, I'm tired of the prospect stuff. I'm tired of when and if. Like, I'm ready to be here. I'm ready to be part of this team, and I think that's the biggest thing I'm focused on is, even if it's not right when the season starts, it's going to be at some point this season. Obviously sooner than later, but I'm so far off of me, and I'm more focused on us and trying to use we, because that's what this is. This is a team. This is us fighting, for the playoffs to make it to the World Series. So I'm just gonna worry about my individual stuff off the field, and then when we take the field, it's about us as a group.
Archie, does that maturity come with time? Because basically, when you're young, you think, I want to be in the bigs, bam, 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 and want to get there quickly. And does that maturity come with time?
Definitely. I mean, that's something I was talking to my dad about the other day. Is this is my third big league camp, but it's the most relaxed I've been because I've shedded the expectations. You know, I'm not worried about what everyone else is saying. I'm just kind of focused on what I need to do individually, you know, to get better. And then, like I said, when we have the type of team we do coming into camp, that's what the focus is on. It's how can we get better as a team? How can we make the strides to make the playoffs? We've talked about it as a group. You know, I remember playing the Cardinals last year, playing the Rangers, and seeing those teams that made the playoffs and looking at us as a squad and like, we're not far off from that. And then we go get Miller, we go get Greinke, and it's like, we're one of those teams now. So for me, I just want to be a part of it.
I want to ask you something about Goldschmidt. It just seems like we all here on the West Coast know how good Paul Goldschmidt is. Is there like a little bit of an East Coast bias that Paul Goldschmidt doesn't get the national recognition that he deserves?
Definitely. I mean, especially us in the locker room. We see what he does every day. We see who he is as a teammate, who he is as a person, and then you watch what he does at the plate, and every time he does something, it's like, how is he doing it? And I definitely think he doesn't get the credit he deserves, and you can ask him that, and he'll turn it down every time. But as teammates, as his peers, you know, he's one of the best players in baseball. That's why he's been an MVP candidate the last couple of years, and you know, we expect nothing less. So.